everyone, welcome in today to the Coach KJ Carousel Dynasty. Today we're finishing off the regular season against the Florida State Seminoles. Of course, this is the Sun State rivalry and we cannot wait to beat the Seminoles down. Coach KJ needs this victory. This season's been pretty disappointing as we now are at the 12th seed, and with this victory we hope we move up, but if we don't, we could be at risk of falling behind and missing the playoff even though we're ranked at number 12, because of course the group of 5 team has to make it in, and right now the group of 5 team is ranked just inside of the top 12, but with a loss they could probably drop outside of the top 12, and if we don't get up past number 11 in the rankings here, we're not going to stand a chance of getting into the playoffs. So that's not what Coach KJ expected. We thought we'd comfortably be in the playoffs. We were hoping to win the SEC this year. We've been building this team, so now it's time for us to take a step forward. This season has been pretty disappointing, but we still have a chance to win the title, so we need to close it out today against Florida State. So let's get into the gameplay here, as Ramsey's going to send Houston in motion, and this looks like it's probably going to be a pass as there's no backs in the backfield, and Ramsey just throws it underneath to Logan Houston, who cuts and picks up 3. That could have been more impressive, but he's looking to pass now on second down. Ramsey feeling pressure, moves a little bit, and he gets off his spot. He's not as accurate when he's not standing still. As you can see, looking at injuries, they're missing their right guard and their strong safety. We're without Dana Garcia still and Macario Dorba. Hopefully they're back healthy for us next season, as Ramsey's looking to pass here. He throws that one into coverage, but Quantel Johnson comes down with it. That's a 14-yard gain and a Gator first down. So looking to throw a screen out there. That's Breland Brown getting the reception. He's bottled up quick. He's been electric for us. He's a true freshman that we are hoping we can continue to develop as we go to the ground game, and that's Quantel cutting and picking up 4. Setting up a 3rd and short, that they're in pistol, and they're going to throw. Nobody covered. Kyle Hinder down the seam. He's down to the 10. 5, touchdown Florida. They're going to take a 7-0 lead over Florida State today. That's exactly what we need. We are also rooting for an Alabama loss, because if Alabama loses and we win this game, we can still win the SEC East. I do see it as pretty slim just because of how bad Auburn is, but the chance is out there, so we're going to keep fighting and trying to win the SEC if at all possible. All we can do, though, is control our fate, which is win today, as A.J. Duffy's going to hand it off to Lomax to begin the day for Florida State, and that's just a 1-yard gain. Taking a look at our starting D-line, it all remains the same. We've been healthy on our starting lineup on defense, which is fantastic, because we have a lot of really good players over on this side of the ball. Nelson Lohman is fantastic. I expect him to possibly be an All-American. I also think you could see Kewan Hawes or Akeel Wesley become All-Americans. But if we don't win the East, you'll find that out in the next episode. Noyle on 3rd down gets the reception and the first down for Florida State. That was a big 14-yard gain. So Duffy looks to run read option. He pulls it. He actually has a lot of green grass, and he goes for 11 and a Seminole first down. So this defense needs to step up. We're full of stars. Let's quit letting Florida State run the ball down our throat, as A.J. Duffy again goes for 10. But there is a flag, which means it'll probably come back. That's exactly what ends up happening. They call clipping on the offense. We'll take that, man. We're happy to see it. That's on the right tackle as they go back to the ground game, and that's Lomax getting the carry up the middle, and he picks up 8 yards anyway. So it's now 2nd and 9, and they're going to run play action off of Osai and go to Matson underneath for a 6-yard gain. Bringing up a 3rd and short. This defense needs to step up. Duffy looking to pass on 3rd and 2. He goes to Bradley King, and that's going to be a first down, and Morris, he's going to take that for 14 yards. If anybody remembers, B.J. Bradley King was a member of the Florida Gators who decided to transfer across the rivalry to the Seminoles, so we don't wish him well, as it's going to be 2nd and 9 now for Florida State as they have Lomax in the backfield. Duffy looking to pass, getting a blitz off. I don't know what happened there. Andy Bognom, I guess, caused him to throw it at the ground. That kind of looked like it should have been intentional grounding, as Duffy, he gets that away barely underneath to Rontavious Coleman, and I don't even know how he got that pass away. It ended up being for a loss. And the field goal's up and no good. Florida State's going to miss their opening drive field goal. So Khalif Ramsey and the Gators take over. They go to Alexander underneath, our really underutilized fullback. He's not that important to our team. He's going to take it for 7, though. That's a big play as we go to Quantel Johnson on the ground, who's going to barrel ahead for a 5-yard gain. The power back's doing pretty well today on the ground. He's going to get another carry here. Spin back to the inside. Show a little bit of moves there. He still loses 1, but that was a nice play by Quantel Johnson. Ramsey looking to pass, not seeing the pressure. He takes a big sack there and loses 8. Bringing up a 3rd and 18 now for the Florida Gators. Ramsey again looking to pass as he has to. Goes to Kyle Hinder down the field. He breaks a tackle, but he couldn't quite get the first down. That's going to bring up a 4th and 2 and end the first quarter here for the Florida Gators. It's going to be 7-0. They need to hold on and win this game. I haven't seen an update on the Alabama score at the bottom, so I don't know what the score looks like in that one. So all we can do is control ourselves, as that's almost an interception thrown by Ramsey. He has to be careful. I know that was 4th down, but that could have easily ended up being points the other way if that pass was caught. I'd rather that pass be thrown away and they get the ball right around midfield than a possible pick six. Just be smarter with the ball. He's young. He's a true freshman, so I know he'll improve. However, Florida State, though, is set up in excellent field position as Lomax gets blown up in the backfield for a 4-yard loss right there. Max Pierre made the play. So on 2nd and 14, they go right back to Lomax, and he jukes out Nelson Lohman, jukes Tyler Hayes, and he goes for 10 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 4. He's looked pretty good today as Duffy's going to have to pass here. In the pocket, not feeling any pressure, but he just missed an open receiver underneath, forcing them to settle for 3. It's up, and the kick this time sneaks through. 7-3 Gators. Here at the beginning of the second quarter, Quantel Johnson's going to juke a few guys out and take that for 7 yards to begin the drive. Right back to the ground game. Quantel breaks a tackle, tries to cut and spin, but he really didn't go anywhere there. He picked up a yard, maybe 2 on that one. So big 3rd down here. We go right back to the ground game, and Quantel's going to get the carry. He's right at that line to gain, and they give it to him. They say that's a 3-yard gain. 1st down, Florida. So Quantel again getting another carry. That's 4 straight carries to begin this drive. He takes that one for 3. I wouldn't be surprised if he checks out to get a breather soon, and that's what happens. Gassy Blanks checks in, breaks a tackle, and this time he only goes for 2. So now 3rd and 5, we're going to have to pass. Blanks remains in the game. Ramsey, feeling a little pressure, goes down the field, and he threw a pick to Abercrombie. You can't do that, young fella. That's going to be White hitting him, and luckily we get the tackle by Wint. So Florida State's going to take over, still with excellent field position at 32-yard line. We have to keep them out of the end zone here in order to help keep their momentum under control, but that's a big pass. A.J. Duffy to Raymond Anderson for the touchdown. The Seminoles are going to take the lead here today, 10-7, with 3.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Ramsey looking to pass, goes underneath to David Hester. He's got to be smarter with the ball. That's a good way to begin this drive. Get a check down, get the ball moving. 2nd and 2, quick screen out there. That's Logan Houston getting the reception, going for 3. We'll take that 1st down. Quantel Johnson's going to get a carry here on the ground. Juke it back inside, but he gets tripped up and only ends up going for 2. So now with 2.5 minutes left, they go back to Quantel, and that's a great tackle as he's only going to go for 1. He couldn't break it off. So 3rd and 6 now for the Gators. They're going to go down the field. That's an underthrow, but Breland Brown comes down with it. 1st down inside of the 30-yard line for the Gators. That's a huge play right there. So back to Quantel on the ground. He's going to juke and cut outside. That was a short gain, honestly. He left some meat on the bone in that carry. So 2nd and 6, pass to David Hester down the seam. Or, excuse me, that's actually Kyle Hinder. I don't know why I thought that was David Hester for the big 1st down. So 29 seconds left. We go to Quantel Johnson on the ground. That's a short gain. 2nd and goal. 14 seconds left. Johnson gets a carry, breaks a tackle. He can't get into the end zone. That's going to bring up a 3rd and goal with 9 seconds left. We go 5 wide. Ramsey looking to pass, and I don't know what happened there. That was just a terrible throw, and we end up settling for 3. It's 10-10 as we head into halftime. We're glad we're not getting beat, but we definitely expected more. I know Florida State's also 8-3, but man, I really did not expect this to be this big of a dogfight. We're the better team. We should be winning. It's kind of been Coach KJ's problem here. He needs to improve upon that. If we can't do it this season, next season it has to be fixed, or else I just don't see the Gators dealing with it any further. They're definitely an impatient fan base. They're going to take the success that they're currently having just because of how bad everything went underneath Coach Billy Napier. So they do have to be a little more patient, and they realize that. But next season's going to be a pressure situation if we don't make the playoff this year. And the way we're playing right now does not look like we deserve to be in the playoff. And if we go to a conference championship game, we might get blown out, and that would be really bad for Coach KJ and, you know, the optics of the Gator program as it's 2nd and 3, and they're going to pitch it out there to Lomax. That block's made. He actually gets the edge, and he gets the 1st down and a little bit more. That's a 5-yard pickup. So the Seminoles are going to move their backup tight end in motion across the formation. This is probably going to be a run if I had to guess. And it is right up the middle to Lomax, who breaks the tackle and powers ahead for an 8-yard gain. I did not expect this out of James Lomax. He's not a great player, but he is playing well as he just stiff-armed and gets almost a 1st down there. I thought he had that one, truthfully. So on 3rd and inches, they go to Osai on the ground. It don't matter. He got the 1st down and more. That's going to be another great play by this Seminoles offense as they are marching down the field. Duffy feeling a little pressure, checks it down to B.J. Bradley King for the 3-yard gain. That's what is really working for this team here. They've been hyper efficient, and they've been able to basically pick up positive yards on almost every play. And that just makes 3rd down so manageable for him like this. 3rd and 5, and Duffy just checks it down, and that's Anderson going for the 1st down and a 7-yard pickup. Keeping this drive marching as they're going to run it here on the speed option, and that's Duffy somehow getting inside of J.J. White and getting the probably about a 4-yard gain there. So 2nd and 6, back to Lomax on the ground, and that's Adams coming down and making the play. But it's 3rd and 2. Like I said, we just can't get him in bad situations as Osai's going to get the carry, break a tackle, and he's going to fall forward for a 6-yard gain. and another Seminole first down. They're inside of the red zone now. They motion BJ Bradley King out, and they're looking to pass here. Duffy checks it down, and look at that. Lomax has all sorts of space underneath. He breaks the tackle and into the end zone, but there is a flag. With a little bit of luck, that's going to come back, and they call clipping. It comes back. That's good for this Gators defense. That'll put them behind the sticks, so hopefully that'll help us, as it's going to be 1st and 11. So they lost the yard. Not even as much as I thought it would. Osai's going to fight and get nothing there. That's a great play by Terrell. So Duffy, again, looking to pass 2nd and 11. He goes down the middle of the field, and Crawford's wide open for the first down. That's a 12-yard gain, setting up a 1st and goal. A.J. Duffy's sending the tight end in motion across the formation, and then he is going to hand it off to Lomax, who goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. It's a 17-10 ball game. The Gators are trailing here late in the 3rd quarter. There's only 3 minutes left, and they need to step it up. Things are not going well. On the return here is Akeel Wesley. He's going to take that, and look at that. He has a little bit of space here. That was an all right return. It only went for 20. But the big news from the play is Akeel Wesley got hurt. That could be devastating for this Gators defense. Hopefully he doesn't miss much time, as Quantel Johnson's going to get the carry and fight ahead for a 12-yard gain. That was a fantastic run, and another Gator first down. So Ramsey looking to pass here. He's feeling the pressure, and down he goes. That's Luke Hart giving up the sack. That's a big loss, and that's going to push us back. We have to get points on this drive as we decide to run a screen to Quantel, and another block is missed. We can't miss them blocks. We need these plays. That's Caleb Kirbyson, our star center, missing the block there. Backing us up now. It's 3rd and 14, and that's an overthrow that should have been intercepted. And it wasn't very accurate either. David Hester was kind of open, but he didn't put that pass on him at all. So Florida State gets the ball, and they have a chance to take a 2-score lead. And if they do, the Gators could be in trouble in this one. So Duffy's looking to pass here. He's dropping back. That was a nice block by the running back there as they go underneath the Raymond Anderson for a 3-yard gain. So big 3rd and 5 here. Duffy looking to pass. No pressure, and he has a receiver wide open, and he gets his feet down. That's Trey Burrows. But they are going to review this. Let's see if that toe comes down in bounds. It's a catch. But his toe's out of bounds. They can't call that complete. It's on the white. Incomplete. Florida's going to get the big stop that they needed here. What? Are you kidding me? They're saying play stands. Man, that can't happen as Duffy's going to pass underneath. That's something I'm looking forward to in the new game here. You know, hopefully they get this stuff a little bit better. Madden's still a little cheeky like that, and it doesn't work well, but I hope it's better in the new game. And, you know, if you guys were wondering, I am definitely going to be doing a Dynasty in the new game. I hope they have the carousel in there. I have been following every step of the way. I grew up playing the NCAA 14 game, or, well, all the NCAA college football games. 14 just happened to be the one I played the most, of course, because it was the last one. I'm excited for the series to return. It probably won't be perfect. I know it's built on Madden engine, so some people are negative about it, but it was always built on Madden's engine. They just always did a better job of the college football games of making the games fast-paced and interesting, and I really do think that if they accomplish that, this game's going to be awesome, and I think they'll be able to because it's a totally different game than the NFL. It's always been more fast-paced, always been more spread out, so I think it's going to be a better game than people are concerned. I think it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait. Coach KJ is going to continue up until the game comes out, and then I'll tie up the series nicely at the end, and then we'll jump into a new dynasty on EA Sports College Football 25. I'm so excited. It's been a 10-year gap, but I grew up playing the games, and I can't wait. I hope no generation has to go through what our generation did with 10 years without the game, and hopefully this game's awesome and they put all the work in that I expect them to. Florida State just took a 2-score lead in this game, though. I got to add that. That's definitely concerning. It looks like Florida could be in real trouble here as Earl Brown II checks in to maybe try to run the ball a little bit since we haven't been able to pass very well. And so far, it seems to be working pretty well for us. So let's see if we can continue it as Earl Brown II's going to pull it on another read option, and that time he lost 2. They knew what was coming, so 2nd and 12, Ramsey back in, looking to pass here. Moving to the right and throwing it out of bounds. He should have checked it down underneath. He had an easy completion. Now we're backed up to 3rd and 12. He finds David Hester underneath, who spins and picks up 10. 4th and 2, we're going to go for this. There's no way you punt it here. So Ramsey again looking to pass, and he just misfires. And that's going to probably be your ball game here. We could be in some serious trouble now as Coleman's going to come across and get the handoff and take that for 8 yards. The Gators really haven't played well, so it doesn't matter what happens with the Crimson Tide. They're not going to win the SEC East. I just don't see us coming back in this one. So that's really disappointing here as Duffy's going to pass to Coleman. If we get a stop, we still have a small chance here. So 2nd and 8 now, Duffy dropping back the pass. I'm surprised they're not running it more, but why would you when you find Coleman down the field for a 13-yard gain? getting a first down with 2:58 left in the game. So Florida State's going to start running clock. We're going to have to use our timeouts soon as they go to Lomax up the middle, and that's again a first down. He ran over Max Pierre. That's a 16-yard pickup. Florida uses their first timeout. They have to. So it's not looking promising. It's about to be a 3-score game probably as Lomax gets another carry here out to the right. J.J. White gets him, but he picks up 8. Florida used their second timeout. At this point, doesn't really even matter though. Lomax getting a carry, 3rd and 1. Florida uses their final timeout. A stop here does no good anyway, but let's see if they can get it. Lomax stiff arms a guy to the ground, breaks another tackle, and then J.J. White pushes him into the end zone. Florida State's blowing out Florida right now. It's going to 31-10 ball game. Florida had everything ahead of them, and they just played like trash today. They obviously didn't deserve to get into the playoff. It's really, really a disappointing way to end our season here. We're still going to have a bowl game, but obviously the playoffs are out of reach. Akil Wesley had a great return there, but it didn't matter. Even if we got a touchdown on that drive, it wouldn't have mattered. We're going to go down the field, though, and that's intercepted by Haddis. That's going to be your ball game. Florida State's going to win today. I am going to take the last few seconds as the clock runs out here in this game and just remind everybody, I've said it before, but if you haven't heard it or you missed it, our babies do at any moment now, so things on the channel may get a little slow as we adjust to being first-time parents, but by no means does that mean Coach KJ or the Raiders franchise are ending or I'm done with YouTube. It may be a little slow. Like I said, I hope to at least be able to keep a couple, one of each up a week. That's my goal. I just don't know how it's going to go as we adjust to being first-time parents. There's a whole lot in that you can't plan for, and you just don't know until you do it. So hopefully everything goes smoothly and I'm able to keep recording and keep getting videos up pretty consistently. We are definitely excited to become parents, though. It's just, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of baby noises, so crying, stuff like that. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to record. For her nursery, I no longer have an area of the house to record. I am out in the main house recording most of my videos nowadays, so that does adjust some things for me. And that's why they've already been a little bit slower on channel. I just haven't had the time I normally do to be able to go in the room, close the door, and just record. We have dogs, we have cats, we have my brother and my sister-in-law live in the house with us as well. So there's a lot going on in here. So there's always something going on in the main house. So it definitely has slowed down the recordings a little bit. That's why you've noticed kind of a drop off the last few months, probably in the last month or so, really, because that's when I had to fully move out and I haven't been able to do a whole lot. And we've been busy setting up for the baby. But like I said, we're excited. And Coach KJ, the Raiders franchise, they're going to continue on. And in fact, I'm hoping that maybe somehow I'm able to increase some of my output here, because there's going to be odd times of the day when I'm up that I normally would be sleeping because baby. And if she sleeps, I can't get back to sleep. Once I get her to sleep, maybe I'll be able to record. So I'm kind of hoping it'll work out in our favor. But like I said, that's really it. Just wanted to add that as we look at the CFP top 25. Obviously, we dropped out. We are no longer in the top 12. So that's pretty disappointing. But I mean, when you lose to Florida State by multiple scores, that's what should happen. It's pretty unfortunate and it's pretty frustrating that we dropped so far, but it is what it is. We definitely didn't deserve to be ranked anymore, so we just got to keep working, and hopefully next year can be our playoff year. I feel like if Coach KJ doesn't get the Gators to the playoffs next season, though, his time at Florida might be over and we might be headed to a new job. That's pretty disappointing. So looking at your Heisman standings, you can see it's basically all the same, actually. There was no movement. I typically expect a little bit of movement following a conference championship game, but it isn't what happened. So next up, you're going to see a recruiting episode that features the conference championship games, and it'll have the college football playoff reveal in it as well. This will be the last time I do the recruiting episode like I'm doing it, though, just as an effort to save time and, be able to get videos out a little quicker. A lot of work goes into the way I've been doing it, so I'm going to have to adjust that and just do it differently. Unfortunately, there won't be as much deception, but I'm LDJ11. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I'm out.
We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car. Wake up in a bar, I'll be a superstar.